Hi, welcome back. This is Terry White, and this is Designing Your Life. I'm hoping to inspire you to step outside of your comfort zone and create things that make your life more custom to you and the way you live. Today we're having COVID cocktail party. So that involves wine and corks, and I have no shortage of wine or corks incorporated into my outdoor spaces. We're standing here in front of a cork wall and a wall of walnut that I have used corks as spacers in between the walnut, but these are all corks, and this was back during my major OCD days when I felt the need to write the date and who I drank the wine with on every single cork. So they had to be mounted in a way that I would sort of always remember them. You'll see also here, my friend Vicky, the stone muse, she also works a little bit in glass and she has a kiln. And I told her that I wanted a random toasting sound of glasses clinking together, especially during this time that we really can't have people over. So she made me these wind chimes out of champagne bottles, and I supplied her with the champagne bottles. But let's look a little closer at the wine bottle, one of the wine bottle windows in the wall. And you'll see that they fit quite nicely, but you'll also see that they've removed quite easily and go back quite easly. I measured the width of the bottle and made the frame to go in, and I have a couple of spacers, for errors and measurement that I am prone to from time to time. But this is the wine window. When the bottles are green, it's cocktail hour. And that changes throughout the year, but it seems to work for me. I can look at the wall, and if the bottles are green, it's okay to have a cocktail. Again, you'll see some corks here that I've used as spacers. And I have another one of the wonderful sounds of wine clinking. And then this pond that we just left, I've waited to turn it on till after we got past it because you wouldn't hear me speak. Not that that would be a really horrible thing, but still. So that's why this is called plunge pond, and that will drown every bit of traffic noise out from the highway in front of the house. But I am going to turn it off as we continue filming so that you can hear in case I say something really wonderful or terribly important. But let's step inside for just a second, and I'll show you another cork wall. This wall originally occurred, there used to be a doorway into the kitchen here, and I desperately needed more pantry space, so I boxed into the dining room to create a pantry on the other side, but then I had to find a way to make it artistically work into the room. So I built this. I used a blowtorch to age the wood and all sorts of different techniques that I would read about or research and find out to make it look like it had always been there. But each one of the sections I filled up with the corks from a party. In some cases, more than one party, but they had to have something to do with each other. My wedding is up here, my dearest friend's birthday parties are up here, and there is no key or map. I'm the only one who knows who can put their hand on a particular section and tell you what it is. But that's just, that's what I do. I have to always have a reason for everything. In here we've set up a little COVID cocktail, a little poo-poo platter, some wine, and I'm going to finish it because no no table for guests, even though we have no guests, is complete without a flower arrangement. So I'm going to make my first flower arrangement for the show, just out of some stuff that I cut this morning. And you should always cut your flowers. If you're cutting from the garden, cut them early in the morning. They're the most robust then, and they will also take up water better. But I have my trusty little copper pitcher here, and I went around and I was telling Emily earlier, she was concerned that a couple of the hydrangeas had bent necks. I have trouble cutting flowers from my own garden. I will only cut the ones that have bent necks or are laying in a pathway, because I know that they don't really care, and they work just as well if you know what you're doing. But we're going to keep this very simple. This is an outdoor little poo-poo platter. So I'm just going to really plunk them in there and let the hydrangeas sort of be the focal point or the major event. But then I also have some lovely roses. I'm going to just take like a bunch of the roses, 4, 5, 6, who knows, but I'm going to put them together, and I'm going to insert them all at once as a grouping. This style of design is called vegetative, and it's my favorite style of design, but it is definitely more suited to an outdoor event than it is to a ballroom event. It's a little more informal, but again, I'm just taking a group of roses. I'm going to sort of let them do what it is that they want to do. And you'll also notice that the rose I chose matches quite nicely with the red peppers and the orange peppers and the carrots. A flower arrangement on a table should always have one of the strongest color elements that you have going on in your food display. This is your other soft surface. Your food is your first. But the last thing I'm going to do to this arrangement is I picked a little nandina, and I'm just going to add a few tufts of nandina in it to make it a little bit more natural, a little bit wilder, a little looser. I'm definitely a wild and loose kind of guy for me personally. But just these little bits of nandina just really add so much. But this is sort of the COVID cocktail party. I appreciate you coming and watching and having fun, and I hope this inspires you to do this just for yourself. It is fun to stay in the practice and stay in the habit, even during this time when you can't have a bunch of people over. Until next time, I'm Terry White, Designing Your Life.
Hey Terry, you don't have any guests at your cocktail party.
Why don't you come join me?
Can I come join you for a glass of wine?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Y'all, this is Emily. She's my trusty camera person, and she is really good at her job to keep up with me, because I constantly throw her under the bus by pointing at something I haven't told her I'm going to.
Cheers.
Thank you, Emily.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks for watching Design Your Life with Terry White, the Cocktail Hour. Please comment below this video and let us know what tips you loved. Subscribe to Terry's channel for more inspiration on how to design your life. Thanks for watching. Cheers.